Hello everybody, this is Maniac4Bricks, and I'm here today with a LEGO store-based video. So recently I went to the LEGO store in October of 2016, and I decided I would do something that I've done a while ago, and try to do it in more of a series. This is a pick-a-brick wall analysis of the Garden State Plaza store in New Jersey in Paramus. This is not the largest of selections for the pick-a-brick wall, but it is what normally appears on a pick-a-brick wall, and, you know, the number of slots that they have. So, let's take a look at everything that I've stored conveniently into this small pick-a-brick cup. Actually, you could fit every single one of every item, rather, into the cup and still have a lot of space left over. Even if you combine pieces together, you'll create more space. So if you wanted to get just one little sample of everything, you can, and still get a whole bunch of extra parts for the smaller pick-a-brick price of about $8 or $9. So, let's take a look and see what's in here. I will sort it all out separately and then show you back on video what it looks like. First thing I'd like to note before we go on is that this piece may not appear in every pick-a-brick wall. I found this one, I actually only found 2 copies of it in my local store, and I don't think it was even supposed to be there. It may have been left over from a previous month because there wasn't an actual bin for these. They were actually mixed in with another bin with all other pieces. So, if you're trying to look for this one, you might not find it there for October of 2016. Or maybe you will. Maybe they have leftovers. So, there's everything, and this also includes the parts that are used for the pick-a-model for October, which is a small truck with a little container in the back of it. So, I'll sort all these out, and we'll take a look at everything. So here we have everything all sorted out. There are, in total, 40 different elements that you can choose from at the pick-a-brick wall. An element being a type of piece, not necessarily counting any of the colors variations of the same piece. You might have to discount this one, like I've said before, so that would actually leave you with 39. And that's still an interesting variety, and for younger kids, I think it'll be a good number of pieces to choose from in order to build some interesting models. I even got to build a small little car that took maybe a few of these pieces, there are a few different varieties of them, and it worked out pretty well. And I mentioned that because the ball joints that they have here, yes, they have a receptor, and they have, like, you know, male and female connections appropriately, but they actually do go together, so it's not in different scale or anything like that, but it can be useful depending on what you're building. I actually got to build like a small trailer on a small truck, and just to demonstrate that kind of technique, it worked out very well. It's not something I've actually seen done in any LEGO sets thus far, but I'm sure that people would be able to use that if you needed to have like a small way of connecting things like that. It's not really the best of connections for 2 ball joints with a hitch and join, but it's still doable. It still has something to it. Other than that, you also have a lot of car parts in here. Yes, this does not line up with this. I'm not really sure why they put this on the wall, but it's a nice piece nonetheless. In my opinion, I like the cars that have those wider windshields, but I also like ones that have these smaller wheel wells. It also doesn't quite work with the wheels. I mean, you're going to have to lift this quite off the ground. Not that far off, but still a little bit off the ground in order to fit these underneath it. But I don't think realism is something they really consider when they put the pieces on the wall. In my opinion, some of my more favorite parts are usually basic bricks because they're something that I need a lot of for a lot of models I'm building on my own, and also just something in general it's nice to have just to reinforce structures or create some, you know, simple but effective details, or just have just good building to them underneath. So, pieces like the 2x4s, 2x2s, and 2x6s are in some good colors, more common colors, and between them, I actually was hoping a little bit more for the black, because I remember previously they've had a wall with 1x2 bricks available. Now they only just have the trans clear ones, and those are still good, but for my purposes, I was hoping to get more black on the wall, and maybe some dark bluish gray, but I made do with it, because I was able to use these, and if I didn't think there was going to be space for those, fitting them into a pick-a-brick cups, even stacked on top of each other, I filled in gaps with a lot of the 2x2 plates. So if you wanted to build a certain thing and you need bricks like these, maybe different colors, just try to go for the plates. So that way you can stack 3 of them on top of each other when you get home after taking the Pick-a-Brick cup, and then you could use it the way you intended to. Yes, it will leave a couple grooves in between each of the pieces because they're different pieces stacked on top, but it's not that bad, and it actually helps with reinforcement quite well. I also liked how these are still available at the wall. They've been there for quite a while, and they are pretty nice to use. I find them very useful, and I got a whole bunch of them in my visit. So there's everything about the Pick-a-Brick wall for October of 2016. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see more about these, if you want to see more for the Pick-a-Minifigure side of things. I can't guarantee if I'm going to get every single minifigure part, because that would be a lot of money to put out, but I can at least show pictures of it on a separate video, which will be coming hopefully soon. We'll see you next time with more LEGO videos, and thanks again for watching. You can also check out some previous Pick-a-Brick wall analyses that I've done on the channel as well, and they should be in their own little... If you search for Maniac 4 Bricks Pick-a-Brick wall analysis, you'll probably find it. That's probably the best way to look for it. So, we'll see you next time, and let me know if you build anything out of these pieces, or have something that really requires these, that, you know, helps your building experience, or whatever mocks you're building. I'd be happy to hear that all in the comments as well. So, later.